Folks, welcome to the S1 track for the STEM Showcase. Our marquee game this evening featuring the Lab Rats in the black against the Bookworms in the white. I'm Shenanigan Skywalker. I'm here with Bruce.
All right, that's going to be number 4 for lead jammer for the white team, the Lab Rats.
Right, you're right.
All right, it looks like the Bookworms are out not too far behind. The Lab Rats are going to go ahead and they're trying to call it. Let's see, that's going to be 2 points up on the board for the Bookworms.
3 points there for the Lab Rats. (4-2-4) Artie Misfit taking the line for the Bookworms. Going up against, I believe that's Big Mac Truck for the Lab Rats. And Big Mac Truck is lead jammer. Completing their initial pass for the Bookworms is Artie Misfit.
.187 Killer Pads, the chosen brand by the most pros in the world. .187 Killer Pads has gear for everybody and every skill level.
Boulder taking the line for the Lab Rats, going up against Rhodes Warrior for the Bookworms. Pack at the pivot line, giving these jammers plenty of room to run. Boulder cutting to the inside, trying to muscle their way through on lane 1. Just one to beat now at the top, and does so. Lead jammer for the Lab Rats. Rhodes Warrior not far behind. Both jammers now approaching the pack, but the pack is speeding up as well. Boulder spinning around the outside. No points there for the Bookworms. 2 points for the Lab Rats, bringing our game total 9-2.
AAA is the leading innovators in derby-specific gear, built for performance and progression.
Lead jammer for the Lab Rats. Rusty Foxidation. Rusty Foxidation, one more to beat on the outside, does so. 4 points for the Lab Rats. Bookworms jammer still working on that pass. Bookworms have one blocker in the penalty box where they are studying up on how to stop getting penalties. Folks, we've got people walking around right now offering raffle tickets. All the sales from these raffle tickets benefit Doctors Without Borders during this game. And we are raffling off a pair of skates at halftime. Four more points there for the Lab Rats. Highest scoring jam of the game thus far, bringing our score 21-2.
speaking of those raffle tickets, you can get one for $1, or if you buy $25, or you get spend $20, get 25 tickets. Spend $100, get 150 tickets. Win yourself a pair of skates. And again, all of this is going to Doctors Without Borders.
Now, as a STEM expert myself, I can tell you that's some good math. Being recycled now, jamming for the Lab Rats, number 53, Big Mac truck. The Bookworm jammer currently sitting in the penalty box. Big Mac working up against that Bookworm wall, not moving an inch. Getting some offense now from their teammate Sweet Cyanide. Jack's back on the track now for the Bookworms. And his lead jammer.
Took almost a whole minute to get a lead jammer for that one.
You know, science doesn't always move fast, and that's okay. Star pass now on the Lab Rat side to Dr. Cyanide. Jam will be called off. 4 points on that pass for the Bookworms. The Bookworms just broke a 3-jam scoreless streak with those 4 points. Hoping to continue that momentum now. We've got number 424, Artie Misfit, going up against number 25, Titan. Titan hit to the end, but that blocker fell down. And sneaking out with lead is the Bookworms jammer, Artie Misfit. Both jammers out and eligible to score. Artie Misfit hit out there by the Lab Rats, forcing that call off before they can get more than 1 point.
Sure Grip Skates and Hut Trucks, proud to be made in the USA.
Taking the star now for the Lab Rats. First jam wearing the star, I believe. That's 1220, Black and Blue G. Going up against the Bookworms. Oh, but Black and Blue G is lead for the Lab Rats. Rhodes Warriors still working on their initial pass, but Blue is back in the pack and scoring.
Somebody got sent to the no-no box.
Yeah. And with a star stash, Rhodes Warrior has completed their initial pass, and Blue has completed 4 points. Team telling them to run it. Their samples are still in the centrifuge. They cannot call this jam yet.
Seems like they're trying to get their blocker friend out of the box.
Rhodes Warrior recycled, scoring points for the Bookworms. Blue working up against a full 4-person defensive formation. Oh, delivered to the outside line there, but that will be a penalty for La Mujer Wonderlina. And Blue calling that jam. Another big jam for the Lab Rats, bringing their jam total to 11. Never mind, 10.
Looks like the Bookworms need to start doing a little studying so they can close the gap a little bit.
That looks, I agree with that, yeah. I mean, that's what field work will do for you. You know, you're out there, you're working hard. think this is Nova wearing the star for the first time for the Lab Rats. And Nova is your lead jammer. With a star stash, the Bookworms are also completing their initial pass now. Easy break up and putting that star back on their helmet, forcing that call off from Nova, who has 4 points there for the Lab Rats.
888, where innovation meets impact. Protect your progression with the gear built to set you apart. Protective Gear brand for helmets, pads, padded apparel, Sisu mouthguards, and gear bags.
Artie Misfit on the line for the Bookworms, going up against Sweet Cyanide for the Lab Rats. But that's Dr. Cyanide to you folks. And Dr. Cyanide is your lead jammer. Artie Misfit hit to the outside and recycled by the Lab Rats. Sweet Cyanide trying to hop in that lane 1, but also has to recycle there. Getting some offense from Mad Maxine.
Looks
Gets
like
around.
a direction's going to one of the Bookworm blockers.
They should have used their antennae to sense which way to go in that situation.
Like somebody got a cut track?
Yeah, cut track now, and this will be a Lab Rats power jam for Dr. Cyanide and their teaching assistants. Lane 1 opened up there for Dr. Cyanide, enabling them to put 4 more points on the board and another huge jam for the Lab Rats.
Maybe she was checking in.
3 points on that last pass, bringing the jam total to 15. Game total now 52 Lab Rats, 10 Bookworms. That was the biggest jam of our game so far. Give it up for the good Dr. Cyanide.
I like it. Not a lot of variation.
Boulder going up against Rhodes Warrior. Who is your lead jammer for the Bookworms? Oh, Rhodes Warrior taking a spill there in the turn. A whistle was blown. But it is for the blocker, so Rhodes putting 4 points on the board for the Bookworms. Apex jump attempted, and they will yield. They did not land in bounds. Boulder, though, scoring points for the Lab Rats.
And that was a back block going to the Bookworms jammer, so it is now a power jam.
Yeah, Lab Rats getting really good yield off of this experiment. Boulder, though, having to recycle now. Not lead jammer, so we will have a 2-minute experience.
I like how you call it an experience, because that is definitely what it is sometimes.
Yeah. Boulder really trying to make that outside line work, but we'll have to adjust a few variables before trying again. Clearing for 4 points for the Lab Rats. Rhodes Warrior is back on the track, out of the penalty box. Hit to the outside and recycled, but the jam clock will expire.
Tranont is a distributor for plant-based enzymes, physical repair and recovery, plant-based gut health, and CBD fluid.
That was the highest points total cumulatively in the game so far. Hoping to beat it now on the line for the Bookworms. I think that is 1031. Holly Ween going up against Ruxy Foxidation for the Lab Rats. And Rusty Foxidation is your lead jammer. Holly Ween completing their initial pass. Rusty running up that inside line and putting 4 on the board for the Lab Rats. Holly Ween surviving a hit at the last second there from Sweet and Sour. And that jam will come to a close.
Weepa Skates, making quality boots from Austria since 1920.
A long time.
That is a long time. It's over 100 years ago. 105.
Good math. And that's why we are announcing the STEM showcase. Because we know how to subtract. We've got number 28 on the line for the Lab Rats, Death Down Under.
I also want to make a special mention about Death. Make sure you scope the little wraps on her lab coat there. Got some friends.
Death Down Under calling that jam because both jammers got out at the same time. That sends Easy Break Oven scoreless. Artie Misfit taking the line for the Bookworms. Going up against, I think that is Big Mac Truck for the Lab Rats. Artie Misfit getting things moving there. Full 4 defensive formation up at the pivot line. Big Mac also pushing there by the jam line.
Everybody is fighting real hard out there.
Big Mac Truck trying to stay in bounds as they fell, but a track cut will send them to the penalty box. This is a Bookworms power jam.
Let's see if they can get their jammer out of the pack.
The Bookworms have been studying hard on how to get lead jammer. Now it's time to apply what they've learned. Artie Misfit lead for the Bookworms. Good. Cable. Already bumped to the outside, forced to reset. Pack getting really scrummy here in turn number 3.
It'll fight.
Big Mac is back from the penalty box, tried that outside line, and will have to reset. Artie Misfit only has 2 to beat at the top of the pack.
Trying to get the apple out of her face. Some good one-on-one action there from Black Soul against the Lab Rat jammer. Ooh.
Yeah, at the end of this game, Black Soul will be allowed to turn their tassel to the other side.
Looks like it's going all over the place. Like a little windshield wiper.
I need that. I have a visor helmet. Sometimes I wish it had,
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Somebody should do that. It won't be me. I'm a good ideas person, but like.
Yeah, anyone who is the E in STEM can talk to me about that.
I'll stick with the sciences.
Nova back on the line for the Lab Rats, but it is lead for Rhodes Warrior. And a star pass completed there for the Lab Rats to number 495 Boulder. Boulder back in the pack and starting to score. Rhodes Warrior working on their scoring pass. Second star pass of the game. I think we did have a stash earlier.
Things moving real slow out there. Oh, there's a little breakthrough, though.
Yeah, with completing that star pass, the Bookworms will call the jam.
888 has been setting the standard in roller derby protection, helping skaters take their skills to the next level. 888. I got a pause.
Halloween out there for the Bookworms.
Ooh.
Going up against Titan for the Lab Rats. Titan lead jammer. Oh, but a forearm penalty.
Just kidding.
This will be a Bookworms power jam.
Let's see if they can take advantage of this power jam. This really is what they need right now to close that score gap.
Halloween is lead and looking to score some points. Having finished their literature review. Completes that scoring pass, chased out there by Dragger, but is 4 points richer for the Bookworms. Titan pushing against that Bookworm tripod. Oh, blown up by with some great offense from Death Down Under.
Looks like there's a forearm penalty that's going to a black blocker. There's also a cut track on the jammer, so this is a power jam for the Bookworms, and it's going to be a power start for the next one.
2 Bookworms power jams in 1 jam. That's pretty efficient.
And 8 points.
Yeah.
Shake it, 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 shake it. They stopped shaking it.
It's time to do science, okay? You can't be shaking it. Darth Bling wearing the star for the Bookworms power start here. But some really great defense from the Lab Rats. And Darth Bling escapes and earns lead jammer for the Bookworms. Titan is through with a star stash for the Lab Rats. Darth Bling calling that jam off after getting 2 more points. 3 more points. Jam total 39-71 now.
Always Rolling is a retailer of unique custom skate accessories and apparel, quality stickers, patches, and the funkiest skate apparel, all designed by a skater for skaters. And it looks like the Lab Rats are going to take your lead jam. All right, there's a little star stash going on. I see the star off of the helmet for the bookworms. Whiskey's probably making that jammer want a little whiskey. I'm ready for whiskey on that note.
This is the first Lab Rats lead in at least 4 jams.
And that's going to be a high block on the Lab Rats jammer. Let's again see if the bookworms can try and take advantage of that little jammer do-si-do.
Both jammers now re-engaging in the pack. Dr. Cyanide getting back through for 4 more points.
Everybody's going the wrong way. Lab Rats jammer being hit to the inside by Blaxel, but her teammate doesn't let them go too far back. Blaxel fighting up at the front, and that is going to be the end of your jam. Also, don't forget to buy your raffle tickets. All the proceeds, all of them are going to Doctors Without Borders. It's $1 for a single ticket, or you get 25 for $20. If you're a big baller shot caller, want to win all the prizes, get 150 tickets for $100.
We got Big Mac versus Halloween jamming. Looks like Lab Rats jammer headed to the box.
Seems like Lab Rats jammers are having a little bit of an issue staying in the penalty box.
You know, sometimes those Lab Rats just try to get out of their environment.
I mean, it's nice to take a break every once in a while.
See if our bookworms have studied up enough.
Almost stepped in a little too early, caught themselves, and did go back, made the right decision, and avoided that cut track call. Looks like the bookworms are going to go ahead and call it.
Looks like 2 points for the bookworms on that jam. We got Rusty Foxidation versus Party Misfit.
Lab Rats are pushing at the front of the pack, but the bookworms are trying to make a way. Looks like 2 blockers at the front, holding the Lab Rats jammer, but it's going to be the bookworms that get the lead.
Lab Rats still pushing right there at the front.
Nice little 2 blocker hold up here in the front.
Oh, they did get out. Lab Rats working their way back around. But the bookworms are going to go ahead and call that one.
Are you ready to find your next book? Go check out Plot Ducky's Sonia Doings at Books by Roller Derby Authors.
Looks like Lab Rats are calling an official timeout. My apologies. Looks like it's the bookworms, not the lab rats calling that.
Rydell Skates family. You want to roll quick? Think quick. Quick bearings from Rydell, where precision meets performance. Rydell is a high-quality roller skate manufacturer making skates that are made to move you, made in the USA.
On the jam line, looks like we got Darth. Can't quite read that number on black. Easy Break Ovens, the jammer for the bookworms. And Darth gets out for lead jammer with the lab rats.
Drag trying to do a little bit of offense for their jammer.
Both jammers now through.
But
Black
it is
through
lab
for the
rats that have the lead, and they're going to decide to call it off. It is now halftime. I hope you guys have gotten your raffle tickets. So they are getting ready to draw for the raffle, you guys. Make sure you have your tickets out. Let's be ready. The raffle winner certificate of award presented to the lucky winner of the RollerCon 2025 raffle will win a premium skater prize package valued at over $770, you guys. That's a pretty awesome package. I hope you got your tickets. You get a GH skate prize, GH skate package or boot valued up to $420. That's a great number. Customize your perfect ride with elite skate gear. Skate like a pro prize valued at $350. Choose one of the following exclusive training options with Kim Manning, a pro skater, choreographer, and certified USARS coach. You can get a 3-pack of 45-minute private lessons. They must be used consecutively in LA or virtual. You get 1 month of unlimited group classes, live or Zoom. Free entry to Star Skate Camp for a USARS instructor certification. Free entry to Camp Skate Vibes, Skater Wellness and Choreo Weekend. Yeah, that sounds like a whole lot of stuff. I don't know why I expect there to be any more. That's a whole lot. Are we ready? You got your tickets out? You got your tickets? I hope you do. Support Doctors Without Borders. Here we go. It's a yellow ticket. I hope you got a yellow ticket. Let's see. Kathleen Nelligan. Kathleen Nelligan is the winner.
Thank you so much for participating in the raffle and supporting Doctors Without Borders, folks. All of our marquee games this weekend will have raffles. So make sure to come back tomorrow for Lazy River Riders versus another pool floaty related team.
Pool floaties?
Yeah, they wear like pool floaties.
Honestly, it's so fun to play derby with a pool floaty on. Have you ever done it?
No, I haven't.
So if you're jamming, I don't like to jam. Let me start off by saying that. I am a 100% blocker. I try to be anyway. But if you're wearing like an inner tube and you go to hit people, it's so much fun. It's like they bounce off.
That sounds awesome. And you'd probably never get a hip bruise.
No, it's like a little insulation.
I love that. We should just make that the standard. That should be a standard part of the game.
It's like a bumper cars.
Yeah.
I mean, we are kind of playing bumper cars anyways, just without the extra cushion.
Yeah, that hurts, dude.
We are still going to be selling tickets throughout the rest of the game. Any tickets that are sold during the second half of the game still goes to Doctors Without Borders. Get your raffle tickets, you guys. There's still also lots of prizes to win.
The raffle is so worth it, and it goes to a good cause. Welcome back to the second half of the RollerCon STEM Showcase benefiting Doctors Without Borders. We've got the Lab Rats with a comfortable lead sitting at 86 points against the Bookworms 45. But we've got 30 more minutes of Derby here, folks.
That's only 41 points.
Yeah, that's 2 power jams, and we've seen plenty of those so far. With that whistle, we are off, wearing the star and lead for the Lab Rats. That is number 318, perhaps? Dodgina? Oh, no. Oh, 215. I can read. Boo Gogi. Bugogi now entering the pack on their second scoring pass, bouncing off of those Bookworms and putting 4 on the board. Boo getting some offense there from their teammate 333, Sweet and Sour. 4 points for the Lab Rats. Bookworms Jammer still working on that initial pass. And Boo through, completing 4 points. Lab Rats opening this jam up with a big statement score so far.
All right, past the century mark now.
Keeping it going.
Right, I was going to say, you said it would take 2 jams to get 41 points. I think
We just had the team wrong. It's going to be a Lab Rats doing that.
I say she could have made it around 2 more times and gotten 28 points.
Yeah.
Be 1.5 jam. I'll call it 1.5 jams.
I like seeing some new jammers out here for both teams. I think this is Fighting Girlfriend wearing the star for the Bookworms. That was the biggest scoring jam for the Lab Rats and the highest scoring jam of the game so far. Fighting Girlfriend going up against Big Mac Truck. Multiplayer being called in the pack. And lead jammer for Fighting Girlfriend and the Bookworms. Fighting Girlfriend hung up on that Lab Rat tripod.
That wouldn't want to be a tripod I would want to go up against.
Absolutely not. Oh, getting so low and completing their pass. Number 53, Big Mac Truck for the Lab Rats. Fighting Girlfriend putting up points on the board for the Bookworms. Four more points for Fighting Girlfriend. Big Mac still working on that pass in the Bookworm pack.
That blocker's bugging him there in the back.
Ah, good one. I was going to make a hitting the books joke, but that's way better. Bookworm tripod just reforming so well around Big Mac Truck. Fighting Girlfriend, though, recycled now. Working on their third scoring pass.
Trying to close that score gap a little bit.
And getting a little closer to it, calling that jam. Both jammers earning 4 points on that last one. Lab Rats almost but not quite doubling up the Bookworms now, but we've got 25 points remaining in the second period.
The S1 Lifer helmet, best fit plus best protection equals made for roller derby. Get a lifer, be a lifer.
Easy Break Oven wearing the star for the Bookworms, going up against Rusty Foxidation. But Easy Break Oven is your lead jammer. Rusty Foxidation completing their initial pass. Easy Break Oven back in the track on the track, scoring now. And we'll call the jam with 2 blockers in the box for the Lab Rats.
Have a little nice pack advantage.
Oh, I was wrong. It's 1 blocker from each team in the box.
So even.
Pivot line start here for both teams, giving the jammers plenty of room to run. We've got Rhodes Warrior, but Lab Rats earn the lead.
I like her shorts.
Yeah, they're really pretty. Sweet and Sour, one to beat at the top, shrugging off that contact from Prim Reaper and putting 4 on the board for the Lab Rats.
Little star stash there.
And Sweet and Sour completing a second scoring pass, determining that it is scientifically optimal to continue running the jam. Rhodes Warrior has lost a suspender, but has gained 4 points.
Hey. Roller Derby Athletics is an online roller derby fitness training. The Roller Derby Athletic app delivers off-stage training to help skaters get stronger, faster, and fitter. Gotta go.
We've got Boo Gogi on the line for the Lab Rats, going up against Artie Misfit for the Bookworms.
Looks like there's a high block being called on the Bookworms jammer. Power jam.
Boo Gogi being recycled by Walt Hittman. Offense has to come back. Always more difficult for offense to come from the front to the back.
And now we're gonna, somebody got a forearm.
It was a blocker.
It was a blocker.
Boo Gogi with one hand down is your lead jammer.
That said, stop bugging my jammer.
One hand down is such a beautiful move. Love to see it. Boo did fall, though, and now will be recycled on their scoring pass. Artie Misfit back on the track for the Bookworms. And 4 more points for Boo Gogi and the Lab Rats. With a hop, skip, and a jump on the outside line, 4 more points for Boo Gogi. Sure to win that grant funding at this point. Star Stash has freed Artie Misfit for the Bookworms. And that jam will be called off from the ground. 3 more points for Boo Gogi.
Sure Grip is a skate manufacturer. They are proud that their Sure Grip skates and Huck trucks are made in the USA.
Hell yeah.
That one was hard to get out.
Fighting Girlfriend wearing the star for the Bookworms. Going up against Number 25, Titan for the Lab Rats. Titan now recycled on the inside line, getting some offensive assistance from Nova, but it's not enough. Still fighting for that initial pass. And his lead for the Lab Rats. Fighting Girlfriend working on a rapidly reforming Lab Rat wall, but Pack getting too strung out. They have to let them go, completing their initial pass. Titan scoring 4 points, calling off that jam.
Hell's Gate has supernatural roller derby comic books, art, and skate-inspired handcrafted jewelry. Go check them out.
Now, we will have to replay this game at least 10 more times so that we can make a statistically significant conclusion on who the best team is. I hope everyone's prepared for that. Easy Break Oven on their toe stops is lead jammer for the Bookworms. Penalty being called, it's a forearm against a Bookworm blocker. And the Lab Rat Jammer earning a cut. This will be a Bookworms Power Jam.
Nice little hop over there.
Great footwork there from Easy Break Oven. Getting some offensive assistance. Great tracking from Sweet and Sour, but Easy Break Oven now breaking through that pack. 4 more points for the Bookworms.
Yeah, are they going to run it?
Both jammers on the track now. Dr. Cyanide right into that Bookworm tripod. Easy Break Oven being recycled by Sweet and Sour. Oh,
nice.
Great apex jump. Beautifully landed, and we'll call that jam.
That was beautiful.
Something, velocity, trajectory, math, numbers.
Physics.
Yes. I see that Rhodes Warrior has fixed their suspenders and is back on the track wearing the star for the Bookworms, opposite Boulder for the Lab Rats. Both jammers trying to push right through the pack. Boulder getting an early advantage and his lead for the Lab Rats. Rhodes Warrior pushing against that Lab Rat tripod while Boulder sneaks through on the outside, earning 4 points. Oh, a penalty sending Boulder to the box. This will be a Bookworm Power Jam, but the Lab Rats really holding it down, forcing that Bookworm pivot all the way back. They've got the star in hand. That's Jax working to get free. Good offense there from the Bookworms, but it wasn't quite enough. Oh,
No penalty.
Yes. Great opportunity here for the Bookworms. Boulder back on the track, putting points on the board for the Lab Rats.
Someone got a back block. Looks like it's a Bookworms blocker.
Boulder trying to stay in, but will reset, play it safe. Tipped out there by Rhodes Warrior, recycled. The jam clock comes to a close. 12 total points for the Lab Rats, 4 points for the Bookworms. Oh, I believe that there was a Bookworm penalty at the very end of that jam. This will be a power start for the Lab Rats. It's so nice when the lab is empty and you can just get your work done. And Bugogi is your lead jammer.
She said she got that work done.
Right. Boo's only got 2 blockers to beat with that goading done by the Lab Rats. While reforming now, though. Boo getting some heavy offense there from Dragger. I think Dragger could probably just pick Boo up and, like, carry them somewhere. Both jammers working hard here in turn 2.
Boo holding tight on that line.
And a star pass completed for the Bookworms to Halloween. Boo completing their scoring pass. First blood of the jam over a minute in. Halloween recycled there behind Belladonna. Boo backwards on the toe stops, completing a second scoring pass. Points on the board now for Halloween and the Bookworms as well. And Boo will call off that jam. No more points there for the Lab Rats, bringing our game total now 157-85.
And this is an announcement, not just for tonight, because after this game, things are over, but just as in general, please clean up after yourself. Your mom doesn't volunteer here. Well, maybe she does, but you can ask her to clean it up, not leave it for anybody else.
She's busy, okay?
She's busy playing a game.
We are starting to see that now with Junior Derby. I mean, we're seeing moms and kids skating together. Official review, or timeout, team timeout. Thank you, Nomad. Called by the Lab Rats.
All right, got a little less than 13 minutes left in this game. Lab Rats have a score of 157. Bookworms have a score of 85.
Team timeout wrapping up. We are seeing these teams congeal on the jammer line.
72 points?
Easy. Fighting Girlfriend wearing the star for the Bookworms. Opposite for the Lab Rats. Easy Break Oven. Or no, sorry, that is Sweet and Sour. Who's lead jammer for the Lab Rats? Sweet and Sour hitting the pack with some force. Getting their hips around and earning points. But Fighting Girlfriend with that star stash now completing their initial pass for the Bookworms. Inside line almost open for Sweet and Sour, but they were shouldered out at the last second there by Darth Bling. 4 more points. Biden Girlfriend also scoring. Both teams now putting points on the board. And a call up there from Sweet and Sour. 1 more point on that jam, bringing their jam total 5 to Bookworms 4.
Get on.
All right, and we are off. Rhodes Warrior powerfully driving up the center of the track against that Lab Rat tripod, and his lead jammer for the Bookworms. Star pass completed for the Lab Rats. Star pass completed for the Lab Rats to number 85, Darth. And Rhodes Warrior will call that jam. 4 points for the Bookworms, folks.
Don't forget, you can still get raffle tickets for the Doctors Without Borders. That's where all the money is going. $1 for one raffle ticket. You get 25 for $20. You get 150 for $100.
Yeah, even though we raffled off that big prize pack at halftime, there are so many more amazing prizes to be won this weekend. From Reaper wearing the star for the Bookworms. I believe that is their first time out here as the jammer, going up against Boulder for the Lab Rats.
Looks like a low block was assessed.
Boulder in the box. This will be a power jam for the Bookworms. Prim, one to beat, does so. Lead jammer. Prim getting low. Pack speeding up now. 2 to beat at the top. Folks, this is the third Bookworm Power Jam this period, and Prim trying to capitalize on it now. Getting some offense there from their teammate, Scarlet Fever.
Death went ahead and knocked that jammer to the inside, and then that was the end of that jam. No more. Speaking of the raffle, make sure to take a look at the raffle winners when you pass the tent booth. You'll see some names more than once because they bought a lot of tickets. They were some of the big baller shot callers getting those 150 tickets for $100.
Timeout being called. Quick official timeout.
Really quick.
Blink and you missed it. Thankfully, we have instrumentation that allowed us to pick up on that. Easy Break Oven wearing the star for the Bookworms. Going up against Titan for the Lab Rats. Easy Break Oven, though, has the pack all strung out. We get the no pack call, and their lead jammer. Quickly adjusting their tie. We have to remain professional here, folks. This is a work environment. Easy Break Oven slicing into that pack, getting some great offense there. Not to the inside, though, calling that jam.
I don't know if you saw, those wheels kissed.
That jam brought the Bookworms over the century mark now with less than 10 minutes remaining in the game. We've got 162 Lab Rats to 101 Bookworms.
A few good power jams. 888 is a protective gear brand for helmets, pads, padded apparel, Sisu mouth guards, and gear bags. 888, where innovation meets impact. Protect your progression with a gear built to set you apart.
Rhodes Warrior on the line, taking the star.
That was a direction.
Lead jammer for the Bookworms. Big Mac truck still working on their initial pass for the Lab Rats. Rhodes Warrior so fast on that inside line. 4 points.
She cut herself. Just kidding.
Yeah, props to all of these skaters for even staying upright on these slippery floors. Rhodes Warrior calling that jam, a big 8-point jam for the Bookworms.
TSG, technical safety gear. Protective gear that constantly raises the bar in terms of style, comfort, design, technology, and above all, safety. Those are my favorite knee pads.
I've been skating for 10 years and I never knew TSG was an acronym.
Yep.
Today I learned.
Always learning.
Grim Reaper is back on the line for the Bookworms in their second jam, wearing the Jammer Star of the contest, going up against Ruxy Fox Sedation for the Lab Rats. Now, we have to be careful with Rusty Fox Sedation because eventually they will oxidize and lose some of their mass. Both jammers having to reset now as we enter turn number 1. And sneaking through on the outside line, lead jammer is Rusty Fox Sedation. Star Pass completed on the Bookworms team. Holly Ween now eligible to score. Rusty taking a knee there and calling that jam after earning 3 more points for the Lab Rats.
Roller Revival. Support the Roller Revival by stopping by their booth for new roller derby graphic tees, stickers, pins, and patches.
Folks, if you're enjoying these beats tonight, give a shout out, put your hands together for our DJ, Mr. Sister.
Yeah, these tunes have been on point.
With that jam, the Lab Rats broke a 4-jam scoreless streak and broke the Bookworms' 4-jam lead streak. Bookworms definitely picking up some momentum here in the second period. And like any good experiment, it can take some time for those results to manifest.
Only a 56-point difference.
Team timeout called by the Lab Rats.
Triple Eight, the best fit options, technology, and safety certifications. The deep cover helmet from Triple Eight.
And the rolling whistle about to get underway here for the Lab Rats wearing the star. That's Sweet and Sour going up against Fightin' Girlfriend for the Bookworms. And Sweet and Sour is your lead jammer. Fightin' Girlfriend shouldered to the infield there, forced to recycle behind Death Down Under. Sweet and Sour completing a 4-point pass for the Lab Rats. Beautiful footwork there. 4 more points for Sweet and Sour. And a star pass now complete for the Bookworms. Already Misfit taking the star. Pack speeding up here. And Sweet and Sour will call that jam off, completing their 3rd scoring pass.
WFTDI Wellness and Body Breakdown. Wellness through massage, hydration, and preventative care. Visit the WFTDI Wellness booth for free wrapping, injury assessment, and wellness products. Then visit Body Breakdown and book your massage with Blue.
Dr. Cyanide wearing the star for the Lab Rats, but lead jammer going to the Bookworms with Easy Break Oven. Both jammers out and approaching the pack at speed. Easy Break Oven cutting to the outside, taking a knee, calling it off, but did they do it fast enough? No, 2 points there for Dr. Cyanide. 2 points for the Lab Rats, 2 points for the Bookworms. Both teams attempting to reach equilibrium.
I want the Lab Rats to just get 1 point so I can say that they did a complete 180.
Ah, yeah, that would be great.
Let the Bookworms get some points.
Yeah, Rhodes Warrior hitting the pack and starting to put some points on the board. Boulder has yet to complete their initial for the Lab Rats. Boulder with some big toe-stop steps on the inside line, now completing their initial pass, and Rhodes Warrior completing a score. Calling that jam off, bringing our game total 179 to 115 with just a little over 2 minutes left in the game, folks.
Monkey Lube, your one-stop solution to cleaning and maintaining your skate bearings. That will add speed and a smoother performance to your bearings that you will feel.
Wearing the star for the Lab Rats. That is number 28, Death Down Under, going up against Goldie Knox for the Bookworms. Both jammers recycled on the inside. And Death Down Under is your lead jammer.
Also, again, note the little rats. So cute.
So cute. And so good at roller derby. 4 points there for the Lab Rats.
He is actually pretty good at roller derby or whatever.
I suppose so. I mean, scientifically, that appears to be a fact. Completing another scoring pass there. And sneaking out of the pack with a star stash is Goldie Knox for the Bookworms. Ooh, a hip whip will get 4 points there for the Lab Rats.
That was beautiful. Just like all of you watching this game in the venue and at home. In case nobody's told you today, I'm telling you that you're pretty.
Oh. This might be our last jam of the game. We've got Dr. Cyanide wearing the star for the Lab Rats against Fighting Girlfriend for the Bookworms. Dr. Cyanide only has 1 to beat. Earned lead, but still hung up in the pack.
Trying to get a little help from their friends there.
And now out and eligible to score, but Fighting Girlfriend right on their wheels. Both jammers hit the pack at the exact same time. Dr. Cyanide trying to stay upright, takes a tumble there in turn 4. Strong hit to the outside there from the Bookworms pivot, Holly Ween. Pack has done a full lap, and both jammers are on the same scoring pass. And Dr. Cyanide completes that scoring pass for the Lab Rats, leaving Fighting Girlfriend to recalculate. Oh, but they do so successfully. 4 more points for the Bookworms.
Nice little bean dip.
And that call off should bring an end to our game here, folks. Give them a hand.
I know this game is over, but our weekend is not. Make sure that you stop and thank a ref or an NSO or a volunteer or anybody who's been helping out here, the medics and everybody, because a lot of volunteers are here to make all of this happen. So make sure to show your appreciation.
Folks, thank you for supporting these teams here tonight. Thank you for supporting Doctors Without Borders and all of the great causes that our marquee games will be supporting this weekend. I've been Shenanigan Skywalker.
I've been Hit Me Brewston.
And have a great and safe night.